All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our hands, actually bring our right leg up. And we'll shake out that right knee. Let's go ahead and shake out our left knee. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the recording's a little off, so I'll post both videos. So we'll pick our right foot up into our ankle circles. We're gonna get those ankles moving. Very important ankle mobility. Not just when we exercise, but obviously when we're walking, when we're sitting down, when we're doing all kinds of stuff. Very important. Okay, let's go with our left one now.
You're off again here.
All right. Okay, so we went through our head all the way down to our feet and to our ankles and stuff. So just kind of get the body moving a little bit. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and break out our pads. We'll do some stretching first, and then we'll get into the foam rolling. So go ahead and get your pads. Get your pads if you want to get some water really quick. All right. So we're going to take a nice big step out with our left foot. Okay. And we're going to make sure that we keep a nice straight back. That does not mean that we have to arch our back here, but we want to keep our back straight. What we don't want to do is round our shoulders here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, and we're out through our mouth. And on our exhale, we're going to push forward as if someone is pushing back on our right glute and our right lower back, pushing us forward here, getting that stretch in that hip flexor, and maintaining a straight back. Again, we're not leaning back. We're not trying to arch back here. If our body goes forward, our head goes forward, our body goes forward, but our back stays straight. Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale. And we're going to push forward through that right glute. And we want to feel that stretch up and through here. Now, from my standpoint here, from my viewpoint, they're not going very far. I know Carrie has issues with the hips and stuff. And I know this is Monticelli, it's your bad side, right? This is her bad side. So, very limited right now. Now, with Monticelli, because she is hurting, I don't want to try to force anything. I want her to try to push as far as she can without it causing too much of an issue. There might be a little bit of pain. And remember, we don't have a problem with being uncomfortable, but we definitely don't want to feel any sharp right and back pain. So for her, it's going to be as far as you can go. Now, with Carrie, on the other hand, Carrie's is super tight. So I'm going to have her take a deep breath in. And as she exhales out, I'm going to push her forward. Now, I know she's making a face right now, but it's very difficult for her to push herself forward on her own. And I know she's real tight in those hips. And it comes from a lot of years of playing sports. So we're going to hold her for 2 more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 1 more in through the nose. And on the exhale, we're going to bring it back slow. Now, even though it might seem like I'm touching her, I'm actually 6 feet apart from her. Anyways, so now from that same side, we're going to take the right hand up in the air. We're going to do the same motion. However, this time as we push forward, we're going to lean over to our left just a little bit, making sure that we lean to our side and not lean forward here. So here we go. So take a deep breath in and exhale, push forward and just lean a little bit to that left. And that's going to help deepen that stretch just a little bit more. And we're going to hold it for 3 deep breaths. We're going to do the nose and out through the mouth. And if we wanted to deepen the stretch even more, instead of the hand being up, we can grab the back foot, we can pull it up. That's going to stretch out that quad a lot more, make it a little more difficult. For some others can do it, that's fine. Here. Okay. 3 deep breaths. Here.
Oh yeah. Let me just take a look.
Alright, so that's one way you can deepen the stretch. If you'd like also, what you can do is you can get in front of a couch or a chair, and you can put that leg up, the foot up on the seat, and you can drop the knee down to the ground. So you can do something like that too, and that'll help deepen that stretch even more without you having to really even lean forward. Okay? So we're gonna go ahead and switch the legs up now, right leg in front, left leg to the back. And again, take a nice big step out there with that right foot, guys. Take a nice big step out with that right foot. Okay? So here we go. We're gonna take a deep breath in. And we're gonna exhale. We're gonna push forward again as if someone is pushing forward from our glute here, lower back, pushing us forward. And again, not trying to arch back or lean back, just let our body go forward. Just maintain a straight back. You can see Araceli she can go further on this leg. This is the leg that's bothering her. Carrie is unfortunately about the same range of mobility. So. And one more deep breath in through the nose. Now through the mouth. And as we exhale, we're going to come back out. And we're going to go deep stretch a little bit more again with our left hand up in the air now. Taking a deep breath in. And we exhale, push forward. We're going to lean to our right now. Just lean over just a little bit. So now this is the stretch that Carrie should be doing every day. Right? Every day. Not every other day.
Let's be honest.
I know. And one more deep breath in through the nose. And down through the mouth. Exhale. As we exhale, we're going to come back out of that stretch. Okay, but again, great stretch here for the hip flexors. And I like starting out with this stretch first, because it's right in the middle of the body. Just the way I've been doing it, I like this stretch first, so that's how we're going to do it first. So next what we're going to do, we're going to stretch out our glutes. So we're going to move to the back side now. We're going to stretch out our glutes. We're going to do our figure four stretch. So we're going to be on our back. Good face. All right, so we're going to bend our knees, okay, bend our feet, bend our legs, cross our right leg over the left. We want to make sure that that right ankle is tucked in nice and tight, okay? So tucked in nice and tight. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and reach through our legs with our right hand and around our leg with our left hand, grab under that left knee. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to pull that left knee towards our face. We're going to drop our head and shoulders down to the floor. Now, I know this is for Carrie, and I know this is Araceli's bad side. So, we both have an issue. Okay? You good? You know what? You're going to do it or you're going to feel it? So, again, I know this is Araceli's bad side, so I don't want to force the issue too much with her. If this was too difficult for her to even grab under her knee, what she could do is she could go up against the wall, put the foot up against the wall, and then scoot herself closer to the wall, and that'll help bring the knee back without her having to try to reach up on her own. With Carrie's just tight. So even just by lifting up that leg, you can tell, and I can tell by looking at it, that it's getting deeper for her. And I don't really want to push her too much. But no matter what, whether it's with Araceli, whether it's with Carrie, or you at home, make sure you maintain your breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Always. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going to do 2 more deep breaths. So in through the nose on your own. And I want the lungs filling up, I want the chest filling up, deep breaths. And on the exhale, I want the exhale just as much as the inhale. And go ahead on the next exhale, go ahead and set it down, bring it down to the floor, all the way down. Nice and slow. So we're talking about your deep breaths, guys. I want to make sure that your deep breaths are in and out about the same length, okay? What I don't want to see is inhale and then either small inhale or small exhale with a long, the opposite. So make sure that they're both about the same, okay? All right, so go ahead and cross our left leg over the right. All right, we're going to do the same thing now. We're going to reach through our legs with our left hand, outside with our right hand. And we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And exhale, get our head down to the floor, pull that knee towards our face. Not as bad, right? Make sure that ankle is locked down nice and tight. So for Carrie, it's about the same on both sides. Okay, she's real tight, obviously. Araceli, she's more loose on this left side. Okay, it's off in the lunge stretch. So for here, she can go a little bit deeper, and that's fine. We're gonna take 3 more deep breaths in through the nose, down through the mouth. On the next exhale, we're going to bring it down to the floor, nice and slow. Whenever we release any of these stretches, guys, release them nice and slow. Take your time. All right, so now we're going to concentrate a little bit more on our lower back and our back now, as opposed to like our hamstrings or our quads. So we're going to go ahead and get to our all fours. We're going to get to our hands and our knees. And we're going to work a little bit right now of our upper to mid back, and then we'll work down to our lower back. Okay, so from our upper back, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put our hands under our shoulders right here. Your shoulders, your shoulders. All right, and we're going to leave our left hand on the floor. We're going to grab our right ear. All right, and from here, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to take that right elbow down to our left forearm or our left wrist. And then back up, straight, and then back down. And after 3 of those, when they come up, I want them to rotate a little bit more, higher, and then back down. Need 3 more like that. Keeping the left hand planted, okay, with the opposite. So you need about 6 total, and again, concentrate on your breathing. So don't rush this, because you don't want to rush your breathing. If you're doing trying to do this, we don't want that. We want nice and slow and controlled, so slow it down. And like I said, after about 6 of those, we're going to go ahead and reposition our left hand on the floor. We're going to slide it up a little bit higher. Okay. All right, so now from here, we're going to take that right hand, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to spread the needle, we're going to slide it all the way under, we're going to get the back of our right shoulder on the floor. All the way down. If you can. If you can't, go as low as you can go. And we're just going to breathe. We're just going to hold it. We're going to breathe. If we wanted to ease up a little bit, we can always slide our hips back. If we wanted to make it a little bit more difficult or a little bit deeper stretch, we can slide our hips forward. We can also, the hand that's out there with our opposite hand, we can go ahead and grab that wrist right here, that forearm, and push ourselves away, rotate our shoulders away if we wanted to. Carrie can't even get her shoulder on the floor though, it's her head holding her up. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths in through the nose and down through the mouth. And on the second one, on the second exhale, we're going to go ahead and release the stretch. And we're going to bring our hands in slow, walk ourselves up. Okay. And we're going to switch the hands up. So same thing on the other side now. So right hand planted, under the shoulder, left hand at our ear. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale, touch that wrist with the forearm. And after the third one, we're going to go ahead and rotate up more and still bring it all the way back down. So 6 total. Then we're going to reposition our hand. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and we're going to slide and thread that needle with our left hand all the way through, trying to get the back of our left shoulder flat on the floor. And we're just going to breathe. And again, control your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Through your nose, out through your mouth. Yeah. And again, if we want to deepen it, we can slide ourselves forward or grab that wrist that's on the floor, push our shoulder away. If we want to make it easier, we slide our hips back. And one more deep breath into the nose, and out through the mouth. And as we exhale, we're going to go ahead and adjust our hands, bring ourselves back up nice and slow. Right there? Yep. So while we're in this position, we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of our wrist going first before we move onto our lower back. So from here, we're going to put our wrist out on the floor, under our shoulders. Our hands flat on the floor, under our shoulders. And from here, we're just going to rock forward, to the side, back, forward, and side, to the back. Making sure that we start with our shoulders over our wrists. Keeping our hands flat, keeping our fingers flat. Keeping our wrists, our elbows as straight as possible. And during this whole time, we're still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. After about a minute of those, we're going to go ahead and take our hands and we're going to rotate them with our fingers facing our knees. So we'll rotate them backwards. And turn them as far as you can. Some people can go all the way, some people can only go a little bit. That's fine, whatever you can. Keeping our hands under our shoulders, our wrists under our shoulders. Now from here, we're going to rock back, side to side. And this is something you can do very easily if you work at a desk job or have a regular job, whatever. Find some surface, put your hands on, back and forth. It makes a difference. Especially if you do this throughout the day, guys. It does make a difference. Keeping those fingers flat, hands on the floor. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do probably the most difficult one. We're going to take our hands, we're going to put the back of our hands flat on the floor, fingers facing towards our knees. So nice and easy. Ideally, we'd like to have our elbows straight also. So now carry here, a lot more flexibility on the celly. So we got our elbows bent, carries nice and straight. This is the way it is. We're going to go again. We're going to rock back and side to side. Now, obviously, Terry has good flexibility with her wrist, poor flexibility when it comes to her hips and her glutes. So, does she want to stop doing something like this or not do this type of stretch? No, she should still do it a couple times throughout the week. But obviously, she wants to concentrate more on her glutes and her hips. Okay, so just because you might be very flexible with a certain exercise or certain stretch, whatever, doesn't mean you should stop doing it. Maybe not incorporate it as much as you need to, or as much as you would other stuff, but definitely keep it in your routine. And you go side to side, to the back, side to side. Even just holding that position is going to help you out. So even if you can't move, just hold in that position. All right. And go ahead and bring ourselves out of that, nice and easy. Okay, we're gonna move the wrist around a little bit. Around. Those fingers too, let the fingers move. And we're gonna go onto our back now again. With our legs bent. And we're going a little bit of that lower back. And going down the other side. You always go down the side of the skirt. So now, see, if you haven't noticed without a side, when she's trying to get down to that lunge stretch, and even like right now, it bothers her. It's because she keeps going down on the same side because it's just habit of how it is. But she always looks down on the side that hurts her. So I'm trying to tell her, before she does, use the opposite leg. It's different, and it's something that obviously is a habit that we have to break. But there's something like that where someone's causing you pain, whether it's maybe getting into your car, or getting down, or sitting down, or whatever, change it up. Try to change it up to where you use the opposite side to kind of take some of the stress off that the side that's hurting. Got it? Alright. Okay, so here we go. Hands up to our side. So we're going to put our leg up, knees bent. We're going to bring our legs up, keeping our knees over our hips. And from here, we're going to take our knees and our legs side to side as low as we can, keeping our core tight. And we're trying to stretch out our lower back. So what we can do is we're going to get our knees, keeping them together the whole time. Don't open up the knees or the feet. Keep them together. Just rotate them side to side as far as you can. Keep them together. If you feel that they're tight, that you can, and they're opening it up, don't go down as far. Keep them a little bit closer, or keep them together. Just don't go down as far. If you go all the way down, great. And the object here is, we'll obviously get our knees all the way down to one side, but keeping our hands and our shoulders flat on the floor. If we have to take them all the way down the side and we have to lift our shoulder up on the floor, it's negating the entire stretch. So make sure we keep our shoulders flat. We can also change this up too by going from our legs straight. I still have your legs straight on the floor. On the floor. Alright, so now from here, we're going to take our right leg, we're going to put it straight up in the air, leaving our left foot down, leg flat on the floor. And from here, we're going to take our right leg and we're going to take it to the left. So take it across your body. Keep it straight and let it go all the way down. Now, we want to try to keep it as straight as possible out here. Now that's our back side, so you got to be careful. And just let it hang all the way down. Don't try to bring it up yet, just let it hang. Take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Through the nose and out through the mouth. Carrie's not going to come back on Saturday. Turn into a pretzel. Yeah. Alright. Now, to get out of the stretch, bend the knee. Don't anticipate, bend the knee and then bring it up. Okay? So it eases a little bit of the pressure. Obviously, with the leg out, it's heavier. So bring the knee in, tuck it in, and then go and bring it up. And switch to the other side now. So left leg up, right leg out straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take the leg down to the side. Left, huh? Yeah. So if you notice on the celly with the right side, very difficult. Left side, easier for her to go all the way down. Carrie, right side was bad, left side is actually a little bit worse. I'm not trying to force the issue too much with Carrie, but I do want her to feel, just to help her get into it a little bit deeper. And one more deep breath. Get your right arm out a little bit. One more deep breath into the nose And exhale, bring it back, tuck the knee in, and then bring it back to the center. All right, so I'm gonna let you get some water. Go ahead and get some water out there too, guys. We're ready to go into the foam roller. Alright. So now, with the stretching, we went a little bit longer because I want to make sure that you learn as you're doing the stretching to breathe. Through the nose, not through the mouth. Don't be afraid to rush it, okay? When it comes to whether or not you want to spend more time on stretching or more time on foam rolling, it's up to you. It's what works for you. Foam rolling can be a little bit easier because you can just lay there, kind of, sort of. Stretching a little bit more active. So I think if anything, just depends on how you feel that day. But regardless, you need to get them both into your routine. Maybe you do this stretching foam rolling for about 5-10 minutes before your workout, maybe 5 or 10 minutes afterwards. Maybe you do it in the morning and you do it at night. Either one, just get it into your routine sometime throughout the day, at least 3 or 4 times during the week. I know it sounds like a lot. When we're talking about 15-20 minutes throughout your entire day, it's really not that much. Alright? Okay, so with the foam roll, we're going to get in our foam roll, we're going to sit on it, we're going to go ahead and work our back first. We're going to sit in front of our foam roller. Alright, so from here, we're going to lay back on our foam roller, we're going to pick our hips up, and we're going to walk our back up and down that foam roller. So we're going to relax our head, relax our shoulders. Walking back, walking back. Now, walk your feet. Make sure you walk your feet, guys. Don't just try to stretch your legs out and try to get stuck. Use your feet to walk yourself back and forth. Now, Laticelli, she's doing pretty good. Her back is kind of straight, but it's more relaxed. Now, with Kara, if you notice, her chin is tucked in and her shoulders are up. She's tightening up, she's tensing. That's going to make it harder. What I want her to get used to is that she brings that foam roller down here, which is fine. When she walks herself back up this way, I want her to relax her head and her shoulders. Let them arch over that foam roller. Relax. We're gonna stop right here. Drop your hips down. Drop your head down. Put your hands up to your sides. Just relax, please. Don't move, no. Let's see that. Bring it back here, bring it back. Right there. Now, lift your shoulders up. Don't lift them up. Drop your head and shoulders. What I want her to do is I want her to try to relax. She wants to tighten up and tense up because it hurts, and with her tightening and tensing up even more, it's going to hurt worse. So from here, I'm not going to have her move. I'm putting the foam roller in the middle of her back. I'm letting her head drop, her shoulders drop, and I just want her to breathe. And as she breathes, I want her to feel like gravity is pulling her head and shoulders down. Her hips are staying down, and just relax. Try to relax the back and let her head, let gravity do the work. Breathe. Now, as going back and forth, watch your ponytail if you got one. Go back to the So again, ideally we would like our back to be able to arch over that foam roller. Now, very, very, very difficult, but the more we do it, the better we get at it. Okay. All right. You all right? Okay. So from here, we're not going to spend too long on each exercise. So from here, we're going to go ahead and have a seat on it. We're going to hit our glutes. And with the stretching, we concentrate primarily on our hips, hip flexors, a little bit of the quads, a little bit, the top part, our glutes, and definitely our back. So we're going to try to do the same thing here when it comes to our foam roller right now. All right, so we're going to stretch out our glutes, we roll out our back. Now we're going to work our glutes. So we're going to go ahead and sit on our foam roller. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. Okay. All right, and from here, take our left hand, we're going to grab that ankle, we're going to hold it down. That's your right hand, grab your left hand. There. And the reason why we grab with our left is because our right leg is up, and we want all the pressure on that right glute. We want our left glute up off the floor. Okay. So grab that left ankle, or grab your left hand, grab your right ankle, lean over to the right, get your left butt cheek up off the roller, and we're going to roll it up and down. with Carrie, I can see a little bit of her face is bugging her. With Araceli, I can see more because this is her bad side. When we roll it down, we want to take it right up to our lower back and right back up. Ideally, we'd like to do this for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Once we find that spot that's really bothering us the most, we just want to sit in it. So go ahead and find a spot. Let's just stop right there. Just don't move. And as we're sitting there, again, take a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Slow it down. Let gravity do the work. You don't need to force it. Gravity will do the work. You'll feel loud. If you tighten up and tense up, then we're going to stop it. Let gravity do the work. Pull yourself into that foam roll. And again, 90 seconds to 2 minutes of doing this. And once we do that, we want to go side to side. Rock the hips side to side. And something like this for about 90 seconds. Don't be afraid to take it all the way to the side and really go side to side. Don't just go back and forth like you're twitching. Nice big movement side to side. And while you're doing that, you're controlling your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, so now we're going to use that left hand. It's going to help that right leg and take that right ankle off the knee, nice and easy, so nice and slow. And we're going to go ahead and go to the other side now. So we're going to cross our left leg over our right. We're going to lean over to our left side. Tuck that ankle in, okay, nice and tight. We're going to lean over to our left side, grab that left ankle with our right hand, get our right butt cheek up off the floor. Don't be afraid to lean back, guys. Don't be afraid to lean back, so if you have to bring the left hand back a little bit further. And again, 90 seconds or 2 minutes, up and down, up and down, up and down. And if I'm trying to do it one way, but you're not feeling it that way, do it the other way and say that you're normally doing it, that's fine. Just be honest with yourself. And if you feel it one way, different than from what I'm telling you, that's fine. I'm not perfectly 100% correct, so it's whatever feels good for you. If that's what the way you're doing it and you're feeling it, that's fine. Do it. You do it the way I tell you to do it, and it feels better, great. If it feels the same, that's fine too. If it doesn't feel as good, you feel like you're getting more of the way that you do it. As long as your technique is fine and it's helping you, that's all that matters. So once we find the spot, we're going to go and sit into it. And again, let gravity do the work. Deep breath in. As we exhale, relax the body, let the body sink into the foam roller. Let the gravity do the work. Find that spot. 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and now we're going to go ahead and rock side to side. Let those hips, let the knee help dictate side to side. Let this knee get us up, side to side, back, and forward. And let the body go with it too. So if she's taking the knee down here, her body's going to lean to the left. She brings it back, her body's going to come to the right. Let everything come. Don't just try to do the knee. Let your whole body move side to side. Okay? If you can. Alright. Okay. So again, each position, the 3 positions, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. That's what we'd like to see. So now we're going to hit our lats really quick. Okay? We're going to hit our lats. The one that they always enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and lay on the foam roller on our right side. And our right arm is going to be out straight. We want to get our legs straight too, so get your legs straight. Straight out a little more. Get your legs straight. Your legs straight. Okay, so, all right. So now, their left leg is bent, and their foot is on the floor. Their right leg is out straight, and they're on their right side, and they're straight up and down. They're not leaning back here, okay? With our right arm out, we're gonna open up our lats right here. And ideally, we'd like to be able to use our leg to help get our hips up off the floor. Now, use that left leg to push our hips up. And use it to rock and walk ourselves up and down. And because our lats go all the way down here into our rib cage, all the way down, halfway down our body, we would like to try to get all the way down here. Might be difficult. So maybe you start up here at the top, and then maybe you move yourself down here a little bit to work the lower lats down here. So if you see that as Willie's face, but you can't hear Carrie. Carrie's voice right now is mashing out of his face. Ideally, if anything, if you're gonna lean more forward. Do not lean back. Lean more forward. It's gonna hurt a little bit more. Go slow and breathe. Keep that right arm extended, Carrie. But right now, as you can tell, they're not really working their way down to the lower lat. So I'm going to stop them and I'm going to have them slide up. So work that way. Very work your way towards me. All right. So we want to try to get down here. So whoa. Okay. Arm out straight. And the same thing. There. There, stop right there. Now. Just going down this way. Back up. Back up. Right there, right there. So since they really couldn't move too much and they had the foremotor motor all the way up here on their upper lat, what I don't want to see is the foremotor motor still up here. Keep it down here. Okay? And they're breathing, kind of, sort of. They're making a lot of weird sounds and cussing a lot, but they are breathing. So I'm going to be nice. We're going to go ahead and stop it. We're going to go into our left side now. But the same thing that you want to do with your glutes, you want to do it with the lats here. Maybe 90 seconds, roll it up and down as far as you can. You have to reposition it to get the lower part. Again, 60 seconds to 90 seconds. When you find that spot that hurts the best, stop right there, breathe, let gravity do the work, and then we're going to go ahead and rock our shoulders side to side. So right now, we're just going to go up and down. So get the higher part first. If you cannot keep the hips up and go all the way up and all the way down. Right now, they're on their left side. Their right knee is bent. And they're using their foot, their right foot, to push their hips up to get a little more pressure, or at least Araceli is, Carrie can't. But their upper body that wants straight. So the hips, think about where your hips are at. Use the hips to gauge if you're leaning back or forward.
It looks like pure torture. Both of you. Both of you.
Left arm straight. Tell me where the money is. And again, 90 seconds to 2 minutes if you can. But go ahead and have them slide the roller now further down so we get the lower part, because they can't do the entire lat all in one shot. Make sure it stays out of your arm this time and lower. We're going halfway down our rib cage and then back up just a little bit. The reason why it bothers them so much and it bothers everybody so much is because, again, we do everything to our front. Okay, we do everything to our front. So whether it's riding, whether it's driving, whether it's eating, hugging, whatever it is, always here. So these are constantly getting work. You need to keep these moving. And if they were doing the entire routine, they do this for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. They would stop, sit and do it for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and they would go ahead and rock their shoulders side to side. How you doing? All right? Awesome. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna stop them right there. You're welcome. All right, so now, one thing we didn't do last week was we didn't roll out our hip flexors, okay? And we're gonna roll out our hips right through here. So, there's a very small movement, and we roll through here. We just need to use the edge of the foam roller here. And if I'm laying down on the floor, I'm gonna take that foam roller, and I'm gonna put it with the edge right here, right about like on my hip right here. So my hip bone is right here, right below it, and at an angle here. Okay? And from here, I'm going to take it down to the top of my quad, right about here, and then back up to the hip bone, down and up. So it's not a big movement, maybe 6 to 8 inches max, maybe probably even less than that, probably like 4 to 6 maybe. So not a very big movement. However, get that foam roller. You don't need to be on the edge here. It's lighter in to where it's not hitting anything important, but it's still, you have pretty solid stability right here on the edge of that foam roller. Okay? So we'll go to the right side first. So we're going to lay down on our stomach. Foam roller is going to be at an angle. Start it at your hip bone. That's the easiest part. Start it at your hip bone. We're going to be up on our toes. A little bit further down, carry it down. No, sorry. Your body down. One, right there. So make sure we get to the hip bone, okay? We'll be careful. So she saw her chiropractor yesterday, so she's a little tender, so that's understandable. Carrie doesn't want to go to a chiropractor, so
That's not true.
she doesn't feel the pain.
It's not true.
So now, if you notice her foam roller went straight, I want it at an angle. Make sure it's at an angle. Yeah. Yeah. So again, not a really big movement. 4 to 6 inches probably max. Up and down. Use the toes to slide you up and down. You can do it on your forearms. Okay. Get the pressure on that hip. We're going to move it over to our left side now. The same thing. Let me ask you this. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So you'll feel it. You'll definitely feel it. All the way down. Try to keep your back flat. This is great, guys. This is great. Now, again, we talked earlier, I mentioned earlier about what should you do first, should you do stretching or the foam rolling. Up to you. I like doing the stretching first. However, maybe you like doing the foam rolling first just to kind of warm up the body a little bit, and then you go into the stretching. Or you do the workout and then the stretching after. Whatever works for you is what I'm trying to get across. Just because I'm doing it one way, or just because some celebrity trainer does it another way, some Insta-famous trainer does it a certain another way, if it's not working for you, don't do it just because of who they are or because of who I am. If you want to change it up, do it. All we're trying to do here and all I'm trying to do here is just give you some ideas of stuff that you can do that will be beneficial. Regardless of whether you, whatever order you put something in, it's beneficial for you to do it. You need to figure out what works best for you. So don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try. Foam rolling first, workout, stretching first, foam rolling, then workout. Cardio, then your workout, then your cardio, whatever it is, whatever works best for you and makes you feel the best, stick to it, okay? Don't be afraid to change it up every once in a while just to break up the routine, but don't be afraid to do what feels best for you despite regardless of what someone else is telling you. That doesn't mean that you compromise your technique, but definitely, if something's working good for you and you're getting results that you want, who am I to tell you that it's wrong, right? All right, so the last one we're going to do right now is the one I'd like to finish up on. We're going to go ahead and put our foam roller. We're going to put it parallel to our spine, so we're going to lay down on it. Right now we're going to start off with our hips and our head as much as possible on the foam roller. So our hands are out to our side, our shoulders are relaxed, our head is on the foam roller, our knees are bent. From here, we're just gonna take a couple of nice deep breaths, letting gravity pull our shoulders and our hands down into the floor, and just breathe. And I like finishing off with this one because we're not doing a lot of work, we're not having to move a lot. We're just trying to slow our breathing down, trying to relax ourselves, let gravity do the work, concentrate on our breathing, and slow ourselves down. And after 2 or 3, 4 deep breaths, whatever you feel like, we're going to go ahead and slide our hips down. We want to try to get now our hips and our butt off the foam roller. Now we're going to let not just gravity pull our shoulders and our hands down, but let our hips drop as well. Relax the hips, let them sink down. And after 2 or deep breaths of that, nice and easy, whatever, slide yourself down about an inch or so. Imagine that we're trying to slide down. If this is a vertebrae, this is a vertebrae. We're trying to slide down each individual vertebrae off the foam roller. Let gravity do the work and kind of open them up, separate them out. Continue with your breathing. Just relax. And after 2 or 3 deep breaths, slide yourself down again about an inch. Get that next vertebrae off. And let gravity do the work. Just breathe. Those are strong here. And they're going to continue this all the way up, okay? If you wanted to come the opposite way and start with your head and shoulders off the foam roller and work your way up that way, that's fine. I just have to do it this way, 1, because it's what I like to do. 2, don't mind to pick each other like this with their hands and stuff, so we do it this way also. So they'll continue that till they get to the end. Okay? But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. Tomorrow, Kenny's got yoga at 8 o'clock. We'll make sure we post that and stuff so you guys can follow along. It's on the Core Evolution Instagram page as well. I'll go ahead and make sure that I splice up the video that we're recording with my phone, so when we put it on YouTube, it comes out sort of seamless. But you know, that's what it is when you go live, what you can do about it. So, anyways, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions or any comments, please, guys, message us. Let us know how you feel. Let us know if anything works for you, if anything's not working for you, what we can do to change it up. Next week, we'll go ahead and we'll stick to kind of the same routine as far as the upper and lower body, full body. Won't do any Tabatas next week, but we'll have some other stuff that we'll throw in there that we were asked to do. So, thanks you guys for joining us. Have a great weekend. Be safe. It's going to be nice and cool. The parks and the beaches are opened up. Get your butts outside. At least go walking, get outside, do something, guys. Get moving, and have a good weekend. All right? Talk to you guys on Monday.